Well, the two areas we're struggling in right now is rebounding and taking care of the basketball. And that comes from consistent play and experience at the guard position, and then just a collective team effort to board. We are consistently getting, 10, 15 less possessions and shots than our opponents, which makes it tough for you to play. So the actual offensive possessions we're getting aren't too bad if they're not resulting, in a turnover, to take it for that place. So, going through that fight there, I really challenged them, and I think that they stepped up. We've gone through a tough week here, and just making them understand this whole group is coming back, with the exception of Bobby, and just really challenging them that we've got to fight through fatigue. We've got to fight through this challenge. Everybody's going through it for the first time here as a program, and they really stepped up, and I am proud that they had fight in them, that they were able to all be aggressive. We just have to kind of learn those C-camp plays of who to get the ball to in these situations, and that's got to be Michaela Shaw for us. But the fight coming out was really good. You just hope that your team can be consistent through 4 quarters of that. It's nice to see. You want it immediate. Everybody has been really complimentary of our team across the league about the potential that we have, and you see different people stepping up each time. It's just putting it all together and still building that chemistry. This team's only been together since June, where most teams have had people, seniors and juniors and sophomores, for multiple years. So we honestly are still trying to figure it out and really build that consistency across the board. But what you see Abby Lujan has done for us over the last few games, Ellie's had big games. Caroline is really coming into her own. We just got to figure out the foul situation because we're a better team when she's on the floor. It's nice to see Sarah come in there and battle. So, you take all those moments, and I think Kaylin Phillips has some good times as well, but we're just trying to combine it and be consistent, and that's just going to take a while with an entirely new team. I'm really pleased with how we competed against South Dakota and South Dakota State this year so far. Minus 3 quarters total in those both games. I think we were pretty competitive. So second half of the second time around at South Dakota State, and maybe 1 quarter down there wasn't so great for us offensively. But I think we battled. I think we've gained some confidence that there's a lot we didn't do great against them, and if we learn that and get better at it, we can compete against the league's best. But there are going to be some really tough teams that are getting a lot better as this year goes on. So we have 5 potential winnable games this last stretch, but we've really got to carry it on and amp it up from these last 2 games.
I feel like we all really knew that we could come back on this team and that we were definitely still in this game. In the game. So we were all really excited to come back in the second half, and we knew we could play a lot better than we did in the first. Yeah, I think our last game against them definitely was in the back of some of our minds. We can easily come back, and we were in it with them up there at their place, so we definitely knew, that we could come back on them. Coming into the games, we know, South Dakota's really physical, and it's going to be a tough battle out there. So, we've been through it before. We just have to make sure we can stay up there and not get tired. Yeah, I think we know that we can play like that third quarter team all 4 quarters, and that's just how we need to play. And at this point in the season, it was a small moral victory for us today, but we just know we can be better the rest of the year and play like we did in the third quarter all the time.
I honestly don't know. We got 1 and 1 that really sparked it all, and then after that we got another one, and I think we got another one, and maybe another one. We might have got 3 or 4 in a row, and I think that gave us a spark on defense, gave us some life, and we were getting energy from the bench. The crowd was getting into it. It was a lot of fun to play in that third quarter. I think Remy and I both try to leave it all out on the court. So when we get to that fourth quarter, we got to get our energy from our teammates and get it from the bench and get it just some adrenaline and use that, because we're definitely tired by the end of the game, but we just got to push through it, and that's something that we're working on, is just to be tough and fight through those minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, definitely got some bumps and bruises from it. Wish we could have came out with a win from at least one of the games, but we didn't. So I guess we're just going to take these 2 games of the 2 toughest teams in the conference and look at it like we have 5 winnable games left, and we're going to go get it. Yeah, it was a moral victory, but I think everyone on this team is tired of being that close. We don't want to be that close anymore. We have 5 games in. We need to get wins on them. I think that we all know that we need to be done with just getting that close, and we need to get pushed through and get the win.